A statement released yesterday indicated the President had appointed Brigadier General Richard Tukachungura as the chairman of the General Court Martial along with 9 other members. The Supreme Court dismissed the General Court Martial for lacking legal jurisdiction to prosecute civilians. The court was accused of injustice, incompetence among its members, and other issues outlined in a petition by former Nakawa MP Michael Kabaziguruka in 2016. The petition was later decided by the Supreme Court. In an interview today, Kabaziguruka mentioned that Brigadier Richard Tukachungura, appointed to head the court, was the same person he based his petition on to the Constitutional Court.
He simply put old wine in new bottles. The former judge advocate was actually at the center of the confusion. And now to emerge as the head of the GCM would really be a precursor for a disaster for anybody who goes before that disciplinary committee.
He alleged that the court lacks integrity and skills despite being scrutinized by the Judicial Service Commission.
Holding out as a court trying criminal matters. Of course, by its nature, you have serving officers who swear to obey the commands of the Commander-in-Chief and other senior officers. Now, to imagine that these people can exercise judicial power judiciously would be really trying to milk or to squeeze water out of a rock.
Kabaziguruka stated that he plans to challenge the court's legality as Parliament wrongly amended the UPDF Act to grant it the status of the High Court.
To create the GCM as a court of law, and to make matters worse, to go ahead and say that appeals from the GCM will be entertained by the Court of Appeal is still unconstitutional, because that tantamounts to creating a court with equal jurisdiction as the High Court.
Lawyers Martha Karua and Elias Lukwago, representing Dr. Kiza Besigye, criticized the appointment of Tukachungura, calling it unconstitutional and worse than the former chairman of the General Court Martial.
Of the Constitution to return the General Court Martial, my view is that it's unconstitutional. It was brought up to defeat the judgment of the Supreme Court. So there's still a moot question here. You cannot bring change of the law to defeat a judgment of the court.
Now they have resuscitated it. It's a reincarnation now, and now in a more lethal form, because Tukachungura is worse than Freeman Mugabe. Even when he was still just a judge advocate, he reigned supreme in that court.
Kabaziguruka and other lawyers argued that the military court is now being used to intimidate and prosecute opposition politicians, straying from its original purpose.
Up in the GCM, going by what it was then, you realize that it was only political cases that were being tried under the GCM. You have criminal matters, the Koyeros, Commander Koyero. You have the ADF leaders, the Jamil Mukulos. You have these 2010 bombers, the Al-Shabaabs, and being tried before the civil courts. And on the other hand, you have NUP people who are found putting up Bobby Wine's posters who are before the GCM. So you realize that this was only a tool that was being used for political oppression.
So this is a political court under the cover of a military court. It is headed, run, and the decisions are made by the General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
So far, many people have gone to court to protest the way Parliament amended the UPDF Act to prosecute civilians, but it remains to be seen what kind of cases they will focus on once they resume operations. Juma Kiria, NTV.